In 19th century Britain, women had few legal rights. Fathers and husbands were expected to make decisions on their behalf. But there were those who wanted equality. Suffrage campaigners argued that women should be able to vote in parliamentary elections. One of the leading activists was Emmeline Pankhurst, founder of the Women's Social and Political Union.
Deeds, not words. Yes, that will be our motto.
It was for militant action that Emmeline is best remembered. She was arrested twice in 1908 for protesting at Parliament. In 1909, other women arrested on similar charges took the drastic step of going on hunger strike.
This is ridiculous. Do you intend to starve yourself to death?
If that's what it takes for us to be recognised as political prisoners instead of criminals, then yes.
The government responded by allowing prison staff to force-feed the suffragettes. Emmeline was furious.
What a disgrace. It's a form of torture, violating the bodies of exhausted women in such a way.
In 1910, a committee was formed by a group of MPs who wanted to give women the vote.
Our country needs unity at a time like this, so we must work together to resolve this issue.
In return, the WSPU agreed to suspend their more militant actions. A bill was drafted, but the only women to get the vote would be unmarried property owners. Emmeline was privately critical, and in the end, the bill was dropped. On November the 10th, Emmeline led a protest at Parliament. The police response was brutal. 4 days later, there was a similar demonstration. There were over 150 arrests, and Emmeline's sister died from her injuries. In 1912, the WSPU intensified the struggle by attacking private property. Emmeline was arrested for smashing the Prime Minister's windows in Downing Street.
May I remind you, sir, that women have failed to get the vote because they have failed to adopt the agitation used by men.
Emmeline was jailed for 2 months. The WSPU continued to smash windows, so the police raided their headquarters. Emmeline was found guilty of conspiracy.
We are here not because we are lawbreakers. We are here in our efforts to become lawmakers.
Emmeline and others went on hunger strike in an attempt to have all WSPU detainees classified as political prisoners.
If any of you dare so much as to take one step inside this cell, I shall defend myself.
In 1913, the government dropped its manhood suffrage bill. Emmeline declared war.
Golf clubs are for men of privilege, so let it burn!
Other WSPU targets included artworks and telephone wires. These radical tactics caused a split in the WSPU, and some prominent supporters stopped donating money. Emmeline was found guilty of inciting these activities.
The least sentence I can pass upon you is a sentence of 3 years penal servitude.
The Cat and Mouse Act of 1913 meant Emmeline was in and out of jail. This law allowed hunger strikers to be released when they became ill and then rearrested when they were better. In May 1914, Emmeline was again arrested for trying to give a petition to the King.
Disturb His Highness, would you? Well, we'll see about that.
3 months later, the First World War broke out.
Give the bloomin' Germans what for, lads!
All imprisoned suffragettes were released. Emmeline focused her attention on the war effort and campaigned for women to be allowed to carry out war work.
What is the use of fighting for a vote if we have not got a country to vote in?
Women were employed in offices, farms, public transport and factories, including munitions work where they were exposed to danger from explosions and TNT poisoning. In 1918, the Representation of the People Act included female suffrage for the first time. Women over 30 and who met various other requirements could now vote.
It's not perfect, but this law is a significant step in our struggle.
It wasn't until 1928 that women were granted suffrage on equal terms to men. Emmeline passed away that year. But outside the Parliament, where she protested so vigorously, a statue marks her life's work.